helpful to kind of play with the illusion that it is able to stay in one spot independently, okay? Now at this point, if I had some CGI editing, I would let this go right now, and it would just stay there, and I would continue, and I'd just blow everybody's minds. But we don't have that. Sadly, I'm not Lucasfilms. But we also don't have Jar Jar Binks, so it's a mixed bag. All right, the point here is that you can play with that illusion. For example, with my hands, again, at 3, 6 o'clock, I'm gonna keep bringing it up because it's so important. Everything I do, I'm endeavoring to keep my hands at one of these 4 points. So when I do this, it looks really good. Notice that if I don't have my hands in that point, it doesn't look quite as good. It doesn't look quite as smooth. But if I do it this way, then it does look really smooth, right? And since this might end up on YouTube, I'm going to give credit to Pokey. Pokey, I love you. You're awesome. You're awesome. Wherever the camera is, you're awesome. Pokey is the guy who taught me these crazy awesome moves. Take his seminar. All right, so let's also play a little bit more with this station here. We've got it staying still. All right, and you want to, when you're doing this move, try to listen to the DJ. You know, try to get it with the beat. All right. Let's see, what else do we go over? Okay, so this move is based off this handcuff move. I learned this move from Con Wong. Con, I know you're into the ukulele right now, but you need to come back and teach it. We miss you. We do. So we're going into this situation here. My hands are crossed, and again, I'm letting go and picking up again at the 12 and 6 o'clock marks. If I don't do that, it just doesn't look as smooth. All right? And the benefit of this handcuff move is you can pop out this, pop down, do an isolation, right? So, all right, so in this move, what's happening? On the way up, it's friction that's carrying it up. My ghost hand, the one that's not doing any work, kind of like Walton airs, okay? They don't do any work, they get all the credit, they don't do any work. Ghost goes under the engine, the ghost goes over the engine. If it's a ghost, the ghost goes under the engine, ghost goes over the engine. In this case, from my perspective, I'm using my right hand to go all the way around, okay? Then on the way up, I'm letting go, catching, going all the way down. Whee! Whee! All right? But if I put my ghost hand behind me, this is all that's happening, all right? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, ghost hands are important because you can pop out stuff like this. Notice I'm keeping it open to kind of illustrate that the ghost hand is not doing any work. And the reason why it's a good idea to switch engine and ghost hand when you do this particular isolation is that it gives it symmetry. If I use the same hand going up and down, it's going to subtly look a little different, right? This evens out the inherent wambliness. Same here on this perspective. And notice it's my entire body is doing the work too. It's not just knowing where your hands and feet go. It's about pretending like your entire torso is doing it. Now the real reason why this video is being made ultimately is what we're about to go over. Like right now you sat through this YouTube video, you saw it loading, maybe you saw a little ad at the very beginning and you didn't click on the little 5-second thing because you wanted to see what we're going to do right now. Alright, and I'm going to try to explain it as best I possibly can. Alright? You can see that camera readjusting, she's making sure everything is good. Is he cool? Alright, good deal. Alright, so what's going to happen is I've got the hoop in my right hand. And what's going to happen is I'm going to, okay? So what is essentially happening is this, okay? I'm letting go, catching, remember that isolation we did earlier? I'm carrying it down. That is the move. If I use the ghost hand, the ghost starts at the bottom of the engine. It ends on the top. The switching over, notice that as much as possible, when I'm at the halfway point, my hands are actually at 12 and 6 o'clock. Again, keep going back to it. It's so darn important. And it's sometimes it's not perfect, but as long as that's what you're aiming for, it will look smooth in you. Okay? In that little thing I did, the ghost hand was always the same. Okay, so the ghost started at the bottom and ended up at the top. This next part, this last 60 seconds are the mind-blowing part. So I'm going to do it Same move, switching ghost hands. And I'm going to do it once in this orientation, then I'm going to flip orientation, I'm going to do it from behind. All right? So, what we've got is, starting off, what the heck? Notice I'm switching, and I'm making sure that my hands are at 12 and 6 o'clock as much as possible. Okay? Now 4, I'm going to now do it in the back. Here. Okay. From here. Watch. Watch. I'm not wearing a watch. I'm testing you. Okay. So there you go. My name is Paul Van Heaton, otherwise known as Brain Shrub, as well as known as Paul Vortex. Thank you so much for sitting through this entire video. Y'all are awesome. Namaste, y'all. Take care. Be well.